If you're over 40 and still haven't manifested your financial goals, it's time to pay attention. Right now, nearly half of American households have no savings in their retirement accounts, according to the latest survey on consumer finances. That's a staggering number, and frankly, it's a wake-up call. Whether it's due to procrastination, fear, limiting beliefs, or simply not knowing where to start, many people are caught in this trap. But here's the thing. Money manifestation isn't just about hard work, it's about aligning your mindset with abundance. If you're struggling to save or invest for your future, it might be time to reassess your relationship with wealth. Drop a comment below with your age and whether or not you've started saving for retirement. If you haven't, ask yourself, what's holding you back? And more importantly, what small changes can you start making today to turn that around? You possess more power than you may realize. At this very moment, you hold the key to transform your entire life. It's not about magic or luck, it's the law of assumption. Once you truly grasp this concept, you will be able to mold your reality in ways you never imagined possible. Consider this. Everything around you, every experience you have, began as a thought, a simple idea in someone's mind. That chair you're sitting on? It was conceived by someone before it came into existence. The device you're using to listen to this? It started as just a concept. Your entire life situation is a culmination of countless thoughts and assumptions you've held over the years. Now, I want you to take a moment to really absorb that idea. Your thoughts are not merely passing notions, they are the foundational elements of your reality. When you assume something is true, when you genuinely believe it with every fiber of your being, you initiate a series of events that bring that assumption into existence. This is the core principle of the law of assumption. It's not about wishful thinking or daydreaming. It's about recognizing that your predominant thoughts and beliefs shape your experiences. By altering your assumptions, you can change your world. Let me provide an example. Have you ever encountered someone who always seems to be fortunate? They find the best parking spots, win contests, and good things just seem to come their way. Now ask yourself, is it truly luck, or could it be that they assume good things will happen for them? They expect success, which allows them to notice opportunities that others might overlook. They take actions consistent with their positive assumptions, thereby creating their own luck. Conversely, think about someone who appears to be perpetually unlucky. They complain that nothing ever goes their way, and that life is always against them. Are they genuinely cursed, or are they consistently assuming the worst, focusing on problems, and unwittingly manifesting the very experiences they dread? The distinction between these two individuals isn't their external circumstances, it's their internal assumptions. And here's the amazing part. You have the ability to choose your assumptions. You can decide right now to shift your mindset and start assuming a new reality for yourself. I understand what some of you might be thinking. This seems too straightforward. If it were that easy, wouldn't everyone be living their ideal life? And it's reasonable to feel skeptical. The law of assumption isn't a magic trick that instantly changes your life. It demands consistent effort, deep conviction, and most importantly, action. You see, assuming a new reality involves more than just positive thinking. It requires embodying that new reality in every facet of your being. It involves experiencing the emotions associated with your desired outcome as if it has already occurred. It's about taking inspired action that aligns with your new assumptions. Let's delve deeper into this concept. When you adopt a new assumption about your life, you're essentially communicating to your subconscious mind, "This is my new reality." Your subconscious cannot differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. Therefore, when you consistently present it with new assumptions, it begins to work on making those assumptions your lived experience. However, the crucial point is that you can't simply contemplate your new reality for a brief period each day and then revert to your old thought patterns and behaviors. You must live from that new assumption. You need to make choices as if your desired outcome is already a reality. You should speak, act, and feel as though you're already the person you aspire to be. This may seem daunting, and initially, it can be. We are creatures of habit, and our brains are programmed to adhere to familiar patterns. Yet, the remarkable aspect of the human mind is its plasticity, its capacity to change and create new neural connections. By consistently practicing new thoughts and assumptions, you're essentially rewiring your brain. Consider the process of acquiring a new skill, such as playing a musical instrument. At the outset, it feels awkward and unnatural. Your fingers seem uncooperative. But with practice and repetition, it begins to feel instinctive, and the same principle applies to your thoughts and assumptions. What initially feels unnatural will become your new norm with persistent practice. Now, let's discuss the power of emotion. Your feelings are the driving force that breathes life into your assumptions. When you can experience the joy, excitement, and gratitude of your desired outcome as if it has already materialized, you amplify the law of assumption. Imagine you wish to achieve financial abundance. It's insufficient to merely think, "I want more money." You need to assume the feeling of abundance. How would you feel if you were already financially secure? What emotions would you experience? Would you feel relaxed, confident, generous? Begin embodying those feelings now. Allow them to permeate your daily life. But here's an important distinction. This action stems from inspiration, not desperation. When operating from old, limiting assumptions, taking action can feel like pushing a boulder uphill. It's exhausting, frustrating, and often leads to burnout. However, when living from your new assumptions, inspired action feels effortless. It's as if you're being pulled toward your goals rather than pushing yourself toward them. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: doubt. Doubt is the adversary of assumption. It's the voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are? You can't do this. It's not possible for you." And let me tell you, that voice can be loud, especially when you're first starting to change your assumptions. But here's the thing about doubt. It's just another assumption. It's an assumption that you can't achieve something, that you're not worthy, that it's not possible for you. And like any assumption, you have the power to change it. When doubt creeps in, and it will, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away or ignore it. Instead, observe it, acknowledge it, and then gently but firmly choose a different assumption. If the doubt says, "You can't do this," respond with, "Watch me. This is who I am now. This is what I'm capable of." Remember, the law of assumption isn't about never having negative thoughts. It's about choosing which thoughts to nurture and believe in. It's about being the conscious creator of your mental landscape rather than a passive observer. As you practice this, you'll start to notice something incredible. The world around you will begin to reflect your new assumptions. Opportunities will seem to appear out of nowhere. People will respond to you differently. Situations that once seemed impossible will start to resolve themselves. But here's the key. Don't wait for these external changes to believe in your new assumptions. That's backward. You need to assume the new reality first. Feel it deeply. Act from it consistently. The external changes are the effect, not the cause. Have you ever bought a new car and suddenly you start seeing that same model everywhere? The cars were always there, but now your mind is tuned to notice them. The same thing happens when you change your assumptions. The opportunities, the resources, the support you need, they've always been there. But now, because of your new assumptions, you're tuned in to notice and act on them. This leads us to another vital aspect: patience. The law of assumption isn't about immediate results. It's about initiating a new pattern, a new way of existing. And like any significant transformation, it requires time to fully manifest in your physical reality. Consider this. If you've spent years assuming scarcity, assuming struggle, assuming that things are difficult, it will take some time to completely shift these deeply rooted patterns. However, here's the wonderful part. The shift begins immediately in your inner world. The moment you choose a new assumption and start living from it, you've already altered your reality. The external manifestation is simply catching up. So, Be patient with yourself, be consistent, and most importantly, savor the journey. The process of consciously shaping your reality through the law of assumption is one of the most empowering and thrilling adventures you can undertake. Now, let's address something that often confuses many people: the opinions of others. When you begin living from new, empowering assumptions, you might find that not everyone in your life is supportive. Some may be skeptical. Others might even attempt to discourage you. Remember, their reactions are based on their assumptions, not yours. They might assume that change is difficult, that people don't truly transform their lives, and that you should be realistic. But you're not bound by their assumptions. You're the author of your own narrative. In fact, the reactions of others can serve as a powerful opportunity to reinforce your new assumptions. When someone expresses doubt, instead of allowing it to shake your belief, let it strengthen your commitment. Silently thank them for the opportunity to choose your new assumption even more firmly. As you continue to live from your new assumptions, something remarkable will occur. The people around you will start to change too. Some might be inspired by your transformation and embark on their own journey. Others might naturally fade from your life as you no longer resonate with their energy. And new individuals, aligned with your new way of being, will enter your world. This ripple effect is one of the most beautiful aspects of mastering the law of assumption. As you transform your inner world, you become a beacon of possibility for others. You demonstrate what's achievable when someone takes control of their assumptions and consciously creates their reality. Now I want to highlight a crucial aspect: the role of gratitude in the law of assumption. Gratitude acts as a potent amplifier for your assumptions. When you're appreciative of what you have, what's approaching, and the person you're evolving into, you align yourself more powerfully with your desired reality. However, the key here is, this isn't about forced positivity or feigning happiness when you're not. It's about discovering genuine reasons for gratitude, even in challenging situations. When you assume that everything is unfolding for your highest good, you can find gratitude in any circumstance. Did something not go according to plan? Be thankful for the lesson, for the chance to reinforce your new assumptions. Did you encounter a setback? Be grateful for the opportunity to demonstrate your resilience and to show yourself how committed you are to your new reality. This attitude of gratitude does something remarkable. It puts you in a state of receptivity. When you're genuinely grateful, you're signaling to the universe, "I'm ready for more." You're assuming abundance, believing that good things are constantly flowing to you. And guess what? That assumption becomes your reality. Let's discuss another powerful tool in mastering the law of assumption: visualization. Your brain doesn't differentiate between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you consistently visualize your desired reality in rich sensory detail, you're essentially programming your subconscious mind to accept this new reality as truth. But here's where many people err with visualization. They treat it like a mental movie they watch passively. To truly leverage the law of assumption, your visualizations need to be immersive experiences. Don't just see your new reality. Feel it, hear it, smell it, taste it. Engage all your senses. For instance, if you're assuming financial abundance, don't just visualize a bank statement with a large number. Instead, feel the sense of security and freedom that comes with it. Imagine the smell of the leather seats in your new car or the sound of waves lapping at the shore of your beach house. Make these experiences so vivid that your subconscious mind can't distinguish them from physical reality. Here's a pro tip: visualize from a first-person perspective. Don't watch yourself living your new reality like a movie. Be in your body, looking through your own eyes. This subtle shift makes your visualizations much more powerful and convincing to your subconscious mind. Additionally, consider incorporating affirmations into your visualization practice. As you visualize, repeat positive affirmations that resonate with your desired outcome. For example, if you're visualizing abundance, affirm statements like, "I am worthy of financial success," or abundance flows effortlessly into my life. This combination of visualization and affirmation creates a powerful synergy that reinforces your assumptions and accelerates their manifestation. Now let's address something that often arises when people start working with the law of assumption: the fear of disappointment. You might think, if I assume this great outcome and it doesn't happen, won't I be crushed? This fear can hold people back from fully committing to their new assumptions. But here's the truth. When you're truly living from your new assumption, disappointment becomes irrelevant because you're not waiting for some future event to feel the way you want to feel. You're embodying that state now. You're already living as if your desire is fulfilled. Think about it. If you're assuming health and vitality, you're already feeling energetic and vibrant. If you're assuming loving relationships, you're already feeling connected and cherished. The external manifestation is merely the cherry on top, not the source of your fulfillment. This is why it's crucial to focus on the essence of what you want, rather than just fixating on specific forms or outcomes. If you become too attached to a particular result, you might overlook countless ways in which your assumption is manifesting in your life right now. Stay open-minded and flexible. Trust that your assumption is bringing you exactly what you need, even if it looks different from what you initially envisioned. Let's also discuss another vital aspect of mastering the law of assumption: self-concept. Your assumptions about the world are important, but even more critical are those regarding yourself. Who do you believe yourself to be? What do you assume about your capabilities, worthiness, and potential? Every other assumption stems from these core beliefs about yourself. If you assume you're unworthy of love, you'll unconsciously push away loving relationships despite wanting them deeply. If you believe you're not intelligent enough to succeed, you'll sabotage opportunities even when they come easily to you. This is why it's essential to work on enhancing your self-concept actively. This isn't about pretending or putting on a show. It's about tapping into the vibe of your best self, the version of you that's in sync with those new, empowering beliefs you're adopting. As you start doing this, you'll notice something pretty cool. The gap between who you are now and who you want to be will begin to shrink. You'll find yourself naturally thinking, feeling, and acting in ways that match your new assumptions. That's the law of assumption working its magic. You're literally becoming the person you've imagined yourself to be. Now, let's talk about something that often trips people up when they dive into the law of assumption: the idea of effort. Some folks think that if they believe their desires are already fulfilled, they don't need to do anything. They expect the universe to just drop everything they want right at their door. But that's not how it goes down. The law of assumption doesn't mean you can skip out on effort. It just changes what that effort looks like. When you're living from your new beliefs, effort doesn't feel like a grind. It feels like inspired action, like you're being drawn toward your goals instead of pushing yourself to get there. Think about it. If you believed you were a successful entrepreneur, would you just lounge on the couch all day binge-watching shows? Of course not. You'd be out there making connections and chasing opportunities. The key difference is that this action comes from a place of confidence and certainty, not fear. So don't sit around waiting for your assumptions to magically appear before you start taking action. Live as if those assumptions are already your reality. Do the things that the person you're becoming would do. Speak like they would speak. Make the choices they would make. This alignment between what's going on inside your head and what you do in the world creates some serious momentum. It sends a clear signal to the universe that you're ready to receive what you want. It turns your assumptions from just thoughts into real-life experiences. And here's another important thing. Be patient with yourself during this process. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts. You're rewiring your brain and reshaping your whole belief system. That takes time and consistent effort. But here's the great part. Every time you choose a new assumption, every time you flip a negative thought on its head, and every time you take inspired action, you're making progress. You're building new neural pathways and training your subconscious mind to accept this new reality as truth. While it might take a bit for what you want to show up in the physical world, those internal shifts happen right away. The moment you decide on a new assumption, you've already changed your reality. You've already stepped into a new version of yourself. So trust the process, trust your assumptions, and trust yourself. Just know that as you keep living from this place of empowering beliefs, your outer reality will eventually catch up with what you've created inside. As you move forward from here, keep this in mind. The law of assumption isn't just about getting what you want. It's about becoming who you really are. It's about stepping into the fullest, most expansive version of yourself. You are limitless potential in human form, a unique expression of the universe's creative force. When you embrace your true nature and live from that place of endless possibilities, you not only change your own life, but also contribute to the growth of humanity as a whole. Every time you choose a new empowering assumption and step into a higher version of yourself, you expand what's possible for everyone. You become a living example of what can happen when we take charge of our mental and emotional states, when we consciously create our reality. So, go out there and create miracles with the power of your assumptions. The world is ready for the unique gifts that only you can offer. Own your greatness and let it shine for everyone to see. Your journey of conscious creation starts right now. Embrace it wholeheartedly and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Now let's dive even deeper into this understanding. Your assumptions aren't just passing thoughts or wishes. They're the foundation of your entire life experience. They influence every perception, guide every decision, and shape every interaction. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first assumption you make about the day ahead? Do you assume it's going to be a struggle filled with challenges and obstacles? Or do you think it'll be packed with opportunities, joy, and growth? That first assumption sets the tone for your entire day. It affects how you interpret events, how you engage with others, and even how others respond to you. It's like tuning into a different radio station. Everything you hear is influenced by the frequency of your assumptions. But here's the cool part. You can change that station at any time. You can choose to listen to the music of empowering beliefs. Right now, you can decide to assume that life is on your side, not against you. This isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending tough times don't exist. It's about believing that every experience, whether it seems good or bad, is ultimately helping you grow and evolve. It's about trusting that you have the strength, wisdom, and resilience to handle whatever life throws at you. When you make this shift, something amazing happens. Challenges turn into opportunities instead of roadblocks. Setbacks become valuable lessons rather than failures. The world shifts from being a scary place to a playground full of endless possibilities. But keep in mind, this isn't a one-and-done decision. It's a choice you make moment by moment. In every situation, you get to decide your assumptions. Will you think there's not enough or that there's plenty? Will you assume things will be tough or that they'll be easy? Will you believe in limits or in endless potential? The choice is yours, and it happens with every thought, every word, and every action. So I encourage you to become more aware of your assumptions. Pay attention to how you're viewing your experiences. And when you catch yourself holding on to an assumption that's not helping you, switch it up. Choose to believe that you can achieve your biggest dreams. Assume the universe is working in your favor. Believe that you're worthy of love, success, and fulfillment. Here's a powerful practice to help reinforce these new beliefs. Gratitude. Gratitude acts like a magnet for miracles. When you're genuinely thankful, you're open to receiving good things. So start and end each day by jotting down what you're grateful for. But don't just go through the motions. Feel that gratitude in your body. Let it fill you up and overflow. And don't just be thankful for what you have. Be grateful for what's on its way to you. This practice does something incredible. It bridges the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. It aligns your energy with your beliefs and speeds up their manifestation in your life. Now, let's talk about something that often comes up when people start exploring the law of assumption, the idea of taking action. Some folks mistakenly think that if they believe their desires are already fulfilled, they can just sit back and wait for everything to magically happen. But that's not how it works. The law of assumption doesn't mean you can skip out on action. It changes what that action looks like. When you're living from your new beliefs, taking action doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like an inspired movement, like you're being drawn toward your goals instead of pushing yourself. Think about it. If you believed you were a successful entrepreneur, would you just lounge on the couch all day watching TV? Of course not. You'd be out there making connections and chasing opportunities. The difference is that this action comes from confidence and certainty instead of fear. So, don't wait for your assumptions to show up before taking action. Start living as if those assumptions are already true for you. Do the things that the person you're becoming would do. Speak like they would speak, and make the choices they would make. This alignment between what's going on inside your head and what you do in the world creates powerful momentum. It sends a clear message to the universe that you're ready to receive what you've been wanting. And here's another important tip. Be patient with yourself during this process. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're rewiring your brain and reshaping your entire belief system. That takes time and consistent effort. But here's the beautiful thing. Every time you choose a new assumption, every time you flip a negative thought around, and every time you take inspired action, you're making progress. You're building new neural pathways and training your subconscious mind to accept this new reality as truth. While it might take some time for what you want to show up externally, those internal shifts happen right away. The moment you decide on a new assumption, you've already changed your reality. You've already stepped into a new version of yourself. So trust the process, trust your assumptions, and trust yourself. As you continue living from this place of empowering beliefs, know that your external reality will eventually catch up. As you move forward from here, remember this. The law of assumption isn't just about getting what you want. It's about becoming who you truly are. It's about stepping into the most expansive version of yourself possible. Now let's quickly recap everything we discussed in this video. The law of assumption is a fundamental principle that shapes your reality. Your dominant thoughts and beliefs directly influence the life you experience. By consciously choosing empowering assumptions, you align your actions and circumstances with those beliefs. People who expect positive outcomes attract more opportunities, while those focused on negativity tend to manifest struggles. The key is to feel your desired outcome as if it's already real. Visualization, gratitude, and taking inspired action are essential tools to reinforce these assumptions. It's not about waiting for external changes to happen. It's about embodying the mindset of success and abundance right now. Challenges become growth opportunities, and setbacks turn into valuable lessons. Your self-concept is crucial. You must assume that you are worthy and capable of achieving your goals. By shifting your assumptions, you rewire your mind to create a new reality. Ultimately, your reality reflects what you assume to be true, and with patience and persistence, the life you desire will manifest. You have the power to create your best life right in your hands. You get to choose what to believe, and those beliefs shape your world. So, why not assume greatness? Why not go for success, love, and abundance? Your journey starts now. Embrace the law of assumption and step confidently into the future you've always wanted. The only limit is the one you think is there. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.